Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Mediumship and Numerology channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so what I'd like to do this morning is to revisit the Jon Benet's story here, and this morning I like to address lingering questions surrounding her suspicious death. Okay. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to once again use my Tarot for Kids deck, only to just use a card out of this deck just to channel her through here. And the card that I selected for the last reading was the Star. So I'm going to go on and select that same card again. Okay. So let me just pull that out here. If you like this reading, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that you receive all future readings of this nature. Okay, so let me just put this back here. All right, here. So what I'm going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go on and just do a prayer as usual so that I can connect with her energies. All right. So, dear guides, dear deceased relatives, may the grace of understanding and awareness open up my mind and my heart to receive soul insights and enlightened knowledge. I ask that only the highest of intentions and energies be present in this experience. Please help me release my ego fears so that I can clearly see, clearly feel, clearly hear, and understand the messages that Jon Benet would like to share with us. Okay? So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I've carefully crafted my questions. Actually, I've done the necessary research, if you will, to really see um, what are the lingering issues surrounding this death. Okay? And my source today comes from Independent, February 2023. Okay? So, I'm going to ask the first question here to you, John. Okay? Was there forced entry? Because according to the Independent, it was initially reported that there were no real signs of forced entry at your estate or at your home, where you had been reported missing before found dead, Miss Bennett, around 7 hours later. There was no footprints found in the snow, but it was discovered that a bookmark was later discovered, and not all ground surrounding the house had been completely covered by snow that day. Okay? It also came about, ladies and gentlemen, that a broken window in the basement had also been opened, which was initially dismissed as an entry point. But an investigator later proved a person could in fact squeeze through if they wanted to, or if he or she wanted to. Okay. Another thing, Miss Bennett, an initial sweep of the house did not reveal your body at the time. Only later, when your father actually returned to the basement in another search at the police's direction, so you were eventually discovered behind the door. a door. Okay, so what's the truth in this matter? She's given me a strong indication or a strong impression, ladies and gentlemen, that there certainly was no forced entry. She says both a woman and a man was involved, seemed to be involved in the situation. She's showing me a male that appears to have been very stern and authoritative, possibly her father. I'm also picking up strongly both like an air and earth type energies here, okay, who caused this. And of course, the woman is, it seems to have been her mother, okay? And I feel she's telling me now that she says that this really broke her heart. And she's telling me that this happened. It seems that a divorce or a separation was about to occur between her and her parents prior to her death. And this really stressed her out a great deal. Okay. And I feel that she wanted to like get away to be more independent. And I'm kind of getting a strong sensation or energies that there's also a possibility that she was murdered because her family knew that they would get a sizable insurance settlement or money would be received from an inheritance of some sort connected with her in some way. Perhaps the insurance money and whatever money um, John made, perhaps from her pageants. Okay, we're going to get into more. I'm going to ask you more specific questions here to just really get into some more specifics here. So let's go on and just ask you another question here, Miss Bennett. Okay, was the murder planned or last minute or in fact accidental? We all know, ladies and gentlemen, that Joan Bennett was in fact strangled, beaten, and she was sexually assaulted. But her family reported this 2.5 page handwritten ransom letter hours before the discovery, ladies and gentlemen, of her body. The letter included personal details, and it demanded $118,000. Okay, the exact amount of John Ramsey's bonus. So much speculation, according to Independent, has focused on the handwriting. Okay, with John Bennett's mother, Patsy, coming in for particular scrutiny over the past 26 years. All right. So, according to Independent, one theory has posited that the entire crime was a botched kidnapping. Okay. As John Wesley Anderson has written in his new book about the murder and is among a private team investigating it, he told Independent he believed the killer went into that house with a kidnap kit. He bought duct tape, he bought parachute cords, he brought a stun gun to immobilize the victim. So this was very calculating, okay? It was also methodologically, it was also methodologically executed kidnap attempt that went wrong and ended up in murder, okay, according to him. So what's the truth in this situation, Miss Benet? She said the murder was more so. She said it is, in fact, it was premeditated in some way. And she's telling me that justice certainly is going to get served, and those responsible for murdering her will be brought to justice. She's showing me justice being served here. She says all that, you know, everything that was happening to her at the time, it really caused her to feel very, very trapped and also immobilized. Okay. She said she says that she was also very confused, fearful, and didn't understand why this really had to happen to her. And she said that she saw there were constant communication problems, which kind of caused her to lose her faith. And she said when she she said she knew a lot of times that she really didn't want to do some of the things that she was forced to do. And I feel that she was forced to be in pageants. I feel that her mother was forcing her to be in these pageants. She felt very guilty, you know? It's almost a sense that, you damn if you do and you damn if you don't, okay? And she's saying that she felt that she was in prison of some way, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you like this reading, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button, okay? So let's go on and ask another question here, okay? Was there a motive? Okay. According to Independent, whether murder or kidnap, many have posited that Joan Bennett could have been a pawn in a plot to target her parents or her family. The Ramseys' work, financial and personal affairs, and connections have all been explored, ladies and gentlemen, as Independent indicates. And every area of the Ramseys' lives have been dissected by journalists, authorities, and the public. Okay? According to independent proponents of the Ramseys' guilt theorize that whether a member of the family killed John Bennett intentionally or accidentally, the rest of the family may have help cover it up. Okay? So while Patsy Ramsey might have died in 2006, John Ramsey and his children have continued to endure public scrutiny and suspicion despite bolder authorities clearing them in 2008 through DNA evidence and sending a letter of apology. So, what's the truth in this matter, Miss Bennett? She says certainly there was a motive in this matter, okay, in murdering her. And as you know, she's saying that, as she told me previously, money as well as jealousy appear to have been the main culprits, and it was a cover up in some sense that I'm seeing. Okay, and although this happened, she can't see how the family could think possibly that they could be vindicated from what occurred. So what I wanted to do, just to do another check here, I wanted to ask her two closing questions because I feel a connection that the brother did this and there is a cover up that they were covering it up. Okay, so let's go on and the parents made every attempt to cover this up. So I'm going to just do a simple yes or no question. I'm going to use my Lenormand's more advanced that guilted reverie, Lenormand. And I'm just going to do a basic yes or no question here. So I'm going to go on and just shuffle up here. All right. To see what messages or what message comes out here. And the key to this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm shuffling it up and I'm just going to see if I'm going to only shuffle 13 cards, okay, off the top of the deck. And if the ring appears within those 13 cards, that tell me that the answer is a resounding yes, okay? Okay, Spirit. All right, then let's go on and just see. Okay, we have one. Let me turn. Wow, we have one. It already appears here. So the answer is a resounding yes. And look who is connected to the woman, the mother. She tried to conceal it and cover up. These cards are all about a woman clearly being very deceptive about a letter that was written, okay? See here? Then you got the fox here. Isn't it something, ladies and gentlemen? This clearly shows here that the mother was connected here. And she probably was the one who more than likely crafted this deceptive letter. Okay? Yes. All right? So, in terms of this reading, ladies and gentlemen, this is the messages that I have to share. Okay? So, what I like to do in closing, I like to allow Miss Bennett to guide my hand to three more messages that she'd like to share to the world. Okay? and perhaps to her family. She's certainly saying that, justice is going to be served here, and then with this Lenormand's deck, we had that cross card also under the bottom of the deck, so that clearly shows me too that it's going to be a cross that they're going to have to bear for the rest of their lives. And it's a shame here that they're trying to cover this up, but she's saying justice is going to be served, but I don't believe it's going to be served until within another 2 years. I'm kind of feeling here, okay, because a lot of things that need to do, and I'm just knocking over everything here. All right, so why don't we try this again? So Miss Benet, give me 5 more messages to share with the world, okay, that you'd like the world to know, and perhaps even to your family. Okay, first message. Well, she's saying that she will always point you, family, in the right direction here, okay, despite the fact of what may have happened to her. And she's telling you that you dream about me a lot, and rightfully so, okay, particularly when you've done something that you really need to fess up about, okay? Next message, okay? She says that life is certainly a series of choices. Learn to choose love over hate. Next message, she's saying that she is with the rest of the family, those who have preceded her. And last but not least, she's saying, I have become one of your guides here. All right? So out of the graciousness of God, despite what her family may have cost her, she still wants to be there to be helpful to you, family. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the message that I have for you. Okay? Again, if you like this reading, give it a big thumbs up, share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button. Okay? If you'd like to have a more personalized reading, you can certainly access my website to schedule your reading there, or you can send an email to the email address identified within the description box, preferably the Gmail. Thanks a lot for viewing, and have a nice day.